literally tripped going out the door. Something's wrong with that. Hello, friends. So we're kind of in that weird... Oh, the sun is literally right behind me. You can't see me. Okay. We are literally in... It is very bright out here, and it's very hot. Yeah, last couple of days has been cloudy and stuff. We're literally right in the middle. I gotta get it right onto what I'm saying. I'm at home. We're right in the middle of our 2 vacations kind of things, our 2 outings. So we came home. We're gonna be home for a couple of days, and then we're gonna leave again. By the time you've seen this, we've already been back from the second vacation, I'm sure. But we're home, so I'm gonna flip the camera around, and I want to show you what's going on in the garden, give you a little bit of a tour of what's going on, because let's be honest, you really are here for the garden. You're not really here for me. Ha! I laugh. All right, well, since I've been gone, my wonderful friend of mine who's been taking care of the property, she has been doing a fantastic job watering, turning the water on. Unfortunately, I think these raspberry plants just are not liking being in these barrels. So they're going to be coming out of the barrels this fall, and we're going to be planting them over here. Speaking of which, I'm going to have to redo the way I've got this. I'm going to show you. So these raspberries here, they're doing great. They're growing like crazy. They'll have tons of fruit on them next year. There's a couple of the older ones in the back that have fruit on them, but if you look down here, I've got a couple of suckers, not suckers, but runners or whatever you want to call them, that are coming up out of the ground, and they're from those guys. I'm going to let them grow so I know right where they're at. But I think I'm going to end up having to pull the soil back right in front of them where they're at and putting in bricks or some sort of divider so they won't send off any more of these runners or whatever you call them. Because I don't want them spreading throughout the garden. However, they are easy to just kind of pull off and transplant, so they're not that bad. But I did put a ton of different seeds and stuff in here, but these guys are shading out the water, so they're not getting as much. The seeds aren't getting as much water as they want or need. There's a row in here. Sorry, I've not been focusing on where the camera's at. There's a row in here that's popping up. Those are all beets, looking pretty good. And then up against the fence here, this is all our green beans. And they just, some of them get the idea, hey, to climb. Some of them are just all over the ground. These guys have shot up since we were here last week. So all of my brassica, or not brassicas, all of my zucchini here is all kind of droopy and sad. They look like they need water. They don't. They're fine. They were doing great an hour and a half ago. They're just trying to basically save themselves. They don't like the hot heat. And they'll get watered here in the here in probably about an hour. Anyways, maybe 2. But they're doing great. I just got like 6 big cukes off of them. And then these are those plants. We can never remember the name of them. That Babs gave me, and they taste okay. I'm not a huge fan of the leaves. I am going to let them go to flower and collect the seeds and send them probably to a couple of friends of mine, and probably back to Babs. So then that way we have them. They're good. It's the flavor of the leaves are actually pretty yummy. I'm surprised they haven't gone to flower yet. But they're actually, they're not, I'm not head over heels in love with them, but they're all right. They're all right. And then I got a row here, which looks like onions. Those are not onions. Those are actually chives. So I will need to be harvesting those here shortly. You just kind of cut them out. There's a tomato plant there that was, well, it decided to come up on its own. And then some nasturtiums and some peppers that are looking worse for wear. All of my brassicas. Okay, so I pulled when I've weeded. Okay, I spent the day weeding, but All of the brassicas you see is either kale or broccoli. Or not broccoli, excuse me. Brussels sprouts. All these Brussels sprouts, Coda and I planted these here in the ground. They're looking all right. The ones way over there, I'll show you here in a minute. They're looking fantastic. These tomatoes, where am I in the picture? These tomatoes here, these are all my First Lady tomatoes that I grew from seed. They're intermixed, so I've got 2019 and 2014 in here. I have a suspicion that 2019 is probably doing better than 2014, but it could be the other way around. So I'm talking a little fast. I do apologize. There's some pepper plants in here, and of course the tags that I had, all of the writing on them faded, so now I don't know what pepper plants they are, so I'm gonna just have to see as they grow. But there's tons of peppers in there. There's a tomato in there. There's a bunch of different stuff in there that's just spread all over. The carrots are looking really good. Somebody came in and harvested some, my daughter, behind my back. But the red Russian kale there, and there's one right there. Those are looking great. And then those two there, those aren't red Russian. Those are dinosaur, I believe. They're also looking really good. We got some like broccoli here. There's a couple of them that didn't go to seed. Or no, those aren't broccoli. Those are cabbages. Those are cabbages. I think there's one down there. But those, all right. Okay. Here we go. So this whole section I'm showing you has not been sifted. It does not work. You got to have sifted wood chips, and hopefully decomposed sifted wood chips. I have learned this takes out way too much nitrogen. These plants in this area, most of them didn't even come up. They're suffering. They're not even happy. Just not doing good. So this will all be sifted this fall. There's just no way around it. Okay, so this is the French, I think they call it the French style or whatever, for growing stuff. I'm not growing this way ever again when it comes to cucumbers. From now on, I will be doing like I do with my tomatoes. With my cucumbers, I will be doing them in long things and using these plastic clips. For each cucumber plant will have a clip on it, and that's the way I'm going to do it from now on. This is a mess and does not work, and they do not want to climb it, and they want nothing to do with it. So that's gone. Cucumbers, they're ground. They're a vine. They like to go along the ground. They prefer to go along the ground instead of climb. So I'm going to have to force them to climb next year on this trellis style here, which is working amazing for the tomatoes. I've gone through the tomatoes. I pulled out almost, there's one, all of the suckers. Come on. The skin's getting tough on me now because it's later in the season. Pulled out all of the suckers, and I am disposing of the suckers. I am doing one single stem, and that's it. Now, these have one or two little fruits on them so far. Nothing super nuts or crazy. I suspect probably this time next month I'll be pulling tomatoes off of them like nuts. Oh, I hate that little white fly. Oh, that thing causes trouble. The one down here at the end, I did not cut a line for. It's on the ground. I'm going to leave it on the ground just kind of out of curiosity. Last year, if you remember, I had a bunch of tomatoes that I just let sprawl all over the ground. Didn't get to harvest a lot off of them, but I'm like, let's try it again and see what happens. But these guys here, these brassicas, they're looking pretty sad. So these onions, I got like, what do I got? 4 varieties in here. Oh, this stuff is hot. My feet are starting to burn. So the Walla Walla sweets are really getting big now. They're ballooning up. These reds in here, most of them are falling over. Does that mean it's ready to harvest? Because they're like micro. So I think I'm gonna pull them. Not sure. Somehow a petunia seed. I don't know where it came from. I didn't own any petunia seeds, but a petunia seed seemed to make it into the garden, so I got a petunia growing. That's kind of cool. But the ones that have fallen over, these reds, I'm really thinking about pulling them. I'm not sure. I know these ones here, these came down because my son bumped them. You gotta be really careful with onions because they fall over easy if you're not careful. So, but now they're all ballooning up. That's good. These yellow onions, they're doing good. The white ones over there, those white Mexican sweets, I think is what they're called, or something like that. Those guys, they're doing all good. So, we'll just kind of keep going with it, play it by ear. I got some more bottom leaves here I need to harvest off of these guys and give to the rabbits. So, we're doing good. I got over here where the fruit cage is, I got a bunch of weeds that are growing. This will definitely be the fruit cage for next year, not this year. I got a lot of work to do, and it's just too darn hot to do anything these days. That's all right. That's all right. And the kids grabbed a few raspberries off the raspberry plant. This is my first lady that I've done nothing to. Absolutely nothing. I got a feeling I'm going to get more off of this thing than I'm going to get off of these guys. And every year, when I do this, I end up getting more off of the ones that I do nothing with. So I think I'm going to see if I can find some more cages like that and do a couple of more next year, see what happens, and compare it to the trellised ones, see if there's a difference. And then these onions that are down here around the base of it, they're, oh my gosh, walking onions. Those are all walking onions. I got those in the mail off of Etsy. I think I paid like $15 for all of them. One didn't make it. The rest of them are doing great. This one's really big. And hopefully they walk. Hopefully I can get more off of them for next year. So I'd like to grow walking onions in my garden for years and years to come. That'd be awesome. All right. It is really getting hot out here. Just being out here in the sun. It's like 95, I think, today. 96, something like that. So I got to figure out the raspberries because they're going to send runners. Another project I got to figure out. Oh, I'm finding that the best time to do work in the garden or the yard is to either get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, just as the sun's coming up, and work until about 8:30, or to get out here around 6 o'clock, 6:30, and work until 9 o'clock, 10, because the heat of the day, it'll kill you, man. It is crazy. So, all right. Well, this quick little video. I just want to let you know we're home. We are looking at leaving here really soon, and we're gonna go to Diamond Lake this week. There might be a day or so here when there are no videos uploaded. Just be patient. I'm not gonna do a lot of videos while I'm at home. There's not a whole lot to videotape, so. Or videotape, right? Like I've done that in like the last 20 years. Anywho, if there's anything I just want to shoot this out there. If there's anything that you want to see me do or anything like that, leave it in the comments section below of this video, and I may just do that. No, I'm not swimming in a lake, just saying. But, gardening related or whatever, let me know. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Actually, we are talking about geocaching. My 20-year-old is going to come and go geocaching and possibly with us tomorrow. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow for geocaching. All right. Until next time. Bye for now, y'all.